episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth. Now, in our last episode, we beat Bayer Leverkusen 1-0 away from home. And for me, that's given us a really, really good chance of getting through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, which is going to be amazing. Now, before we get into today's episode, I've got some admin, because, you know, everyone loves a bit of admin. I think I've said that in the last episode too, but it's true. So, people wanted to see some certain teams' progress, so we're going to show you those now. The first one was York City. So let's take a little look at... No, not BBC Radio York. Let's apparently... York City. Here we go. Here we go. York City. So here's how York City have been doing. Since the start of the save, which is here. So basically League 2, League 2, League 2, League 1, League 2, League 2, 1. They're basically battering around between League 1 and League 2. That is essentially how York City have done. Anyone who's interested in that, there's your key players, managers. So that is York City. There was also Wickham. Sorry if the sound gets a bit louder when I get a bit closer to the microphone. I have to lean forward because my keyboard is behind it. Here are Wickham. So basically, they've been in League 2 the entire time through this save. Just John Coleman is now the manager there. So there you go. They've not got a hot prospect though. That's a little bit worrying. Surely there should be at least one player that you would consider to be the hot. Nope. They're all shit. Apparently. Right. So there's Wickham Wanderers, and the last team is Mansfield Town, and they are in Sky Bet League 2 as well. However, they've had some interesting little runs. So the first season. Well, sorry, second season of this... No, first season they came 4th and actually got promoted to League 1, which is good to see. And actually came 10th and then 5th in League 1, nearly going to the Championship before being relegated bottom the next season. And they've stayed in League 2 ever since then. Lee Clark is actually managing them at the moment, which is... And they do have a hot prospect. And their captain is a regen, which is quite interesting. And, right, yeah, so that's those. And the other thing that people wanted to see was Andre Bjork. So I'm going to try to find the lad. I don't know if he's still at Chelsea or not. That's the problem. Here he is. He is still at Chelsea. Okay, there you go. So this is Andre Bjork. We remember him. Everyone remembers his lovely Swedish beard back from his days with us in the Championship, I think it was. Yeah, it was in the Championship, where he scored 11 goals in 16 games for us. Since returning to Chelsea, he played 4 games the next season. Not a lot. In the next season, he played no games before going out... Oh, no, sorry. He went out on loan to Cardiff. Played 30 games and scored 13 goals, which is not bad. Since returning to Chelsea, though, last season he played just 2 matches and scored a goal. This year he's played just 9 games and scored 3 goals. And remember, they wanted 70, or was it 84 million pounds for him when I put a bid in. And he's still not a bad player. Look at his stats. I mean, obviously we don't know them completely, but from what I remember, he's a quality player, and I'm surprised that no one's come in for him, really. I mean, 4-star here. Maybe potential to be our 3rd striker next season. Who knows? Maybe we should bring Andre back. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Should we try and go back in for Andre Bjork in the summer? Maybe. To bring him in as our sort of 3rd striker along with Burrell and Millington, if we're going to be playing that sort of 2-striker formation a little bit more. And believe me, you're going to... yeah, we're going to be playing it more as you see what's happened in this month. So that's basically that. Let's get that out the way. Right, let's get into the games that we've had this month. First game, and I've decided to actually try. I decided to try this out. It was a bit of a risk. I tried to play our 2-striker system against Everton at home. I figured it's the sort of system that might work better at home because we can just be dominant with it. And that is exactly what we did in this game. Basically, we were superb. Having 2 strikers doesn't half help. I also saw a comment that said that Jed Wallace should be nowhere near our first team. So I'm sorry, but he's averaging like a 7.23 rating. He's got 6 goals in the league, but 11 goals in all competitions, and a shitload of assists as well now that he's starting to career. I don't think that this is a bad player. Yeah, okay, there he isn't so great, but for me, he still does well. And for the moment, until we have someone better than him, we can't take him out of the first team. And Musonda is the same, basically. I think that Musonda and Wallace, yes, they will have to be phased out, but not yet, until there's someone that can play there. Like, Peralta can play there, but he's not as good there as Musonda is. So let's take a look at the goals for this game. This strategy clearly does work, and I'm going to be trying this in home games against slightly weaker sides from now on, basically. And I did also use it in our FA Cup quarter-final game against Fulham, and we need to talk about that game, because some strange things happened in that one. So basically, seconds into this game, Ali Burrell, that's the great thing about it, our outlets are much more vast. You know, Millington has a strike partner now. Santos has got someone to pass the ball into. Lovely little head down there from Jed Wallace, of all people, into Ali Burrell, who outside of the foot just nudges it in for 1-0. And this was a huge game for us because Everton are not a bad side at all. And, well, Musonda whips it across, and it's saved on the line from Peralta, but then Lopez Souza, with his first goal of the season, made it 2-0 to us on 18 minutes, and the crowd went wild. And of course, not long after that, Everton were given a penalty. First shot on target of the game. I know I keep saying that, and I think I'm going to start taking screenshots when this happens, because you might start to not believe me, but I'm going to start taking screenshots when they score with their first shot on target of the game, and it just always seems to happen. Gomez there, outside to Wallace. Wallace is ball in. Burrell, lovely bit of composure there, drops it across, and Sir Norman Millington in with his 31st goal of the season. Someone said he should be king when he gets 35 goals in a season. Well, then we better make him a fucking king. You'll see why later in this month. Santos with the ball in this time, comes back out to Musonda, flicks it across the box, and there was Lopez Souza again. He scored twice in this game, and we were actually 4-0 up at half-time. Sorry, 4-1 up at half-time. Or was it 3-1? No, it's 4-1. The perfect result, basically. That's Sargison, by the way. That's the Everton goalkeeper I was trying to sign in the summer, who they wanted, like, 70-something million quid for, which is reasonable, you know, reasonable stuff. Musonda. And then, yeah, Burrell here was just... It comes back... Oh, wait, I can't remember, actually. Sorry, I recorded some of these games last night to try and make room, because I'm recording the 100th episode special extravaganza tomorrow, which is going to take quite a bit of time, because I'm going to do a bit more than usual with regard to editing. I might even try face cam. I don't know yet. Great ball playing behind Wallace. Oh, look, Wallace. Smashing in with his 10th goal of the season. So yeah, no, I'm going to try and see if there's a way I can sort out face cam. I've got an idea, but I don't know how well it's going to work. Everton then, of course, were able to come up with this late on in the game. I thought Santos should have done better, though. It comes out to Kusk, and... Oh, wait, no. Sorry, it is as a result of this, but it's one of these needlessly long highlights. 7 clear-cut chances for us. We deserved to win this game comfortably, and we did in the end. I just would have maybe liked a sort of 5-1 rather than 5-2. It just doesn't look as nice, you know? And it's... The space that Berisha was in there was absolutely insane, and we do have to try and cut that out, and that's just the side effect of this system, it would seem. So yeah, there we go. A 5-2 win over Everton there. Millington still getting on the score sheet. Lopez Souza was so good in this game. I think he was man of the match as well, yeah, despite only playing 67 minutes. In our next game, you're going to like this, Portsmouth fan. If you're a Portsmouth fan, you're going to like this. Oh yeah. We beat Southampton by 4-1. But that is not the best thing about this game. Firstly, beating Southampton by 4-1 was superb. The thing that was the most enjoyable was the fact that Lord, or should I say King, Norman Millington scored all 4 of them. Just as he was starting to look off the pace, and I don't say off the pace because he was only scoring 1 goal in a game, he was still coming up with them. Today he was unstoppable. 20 minutes in, Millington, 32nd goal of the season. And bear in mind, this was, again, with the 2-striker system, so Burrell did start this one too. I thought I'd try it for a couple of home games, and my God, has it worked. Directly from the kickoff after that, some of these the game's goals were very clustered. Ball played long, intercepted by Dylan Verstraeten, who has been absolutely brilliant at times this month, the youngster. The young Belgian defender has been just unbelievably good at that role, where he comes across and he comes forward and just intercepts everything, leaving players like pacey Robert Gray to get behind. Santos' ball in, cleared away this time, down to Gomez, whips it to Musonda, back out to Santos, and well, you know who's in the box here, Norman Millington. It's 2-0. Straight from the kickoff, he's scored 2, and it's 33 goals this season. He's going to break the Premier League goal-scoring record this year. Unfortunately, Robson is also going to break it, and Robson is going to do it even more. So then 52 minutes in, Burrell here, having a little run at people. Eventually, he's going to drive it all the way out wide, and all of a sudden, Wallace with the ball in, Millington running across this man, and it's a hat-trick on 53 minutes to get his 34th goal of the season, and we're 3-0 up against Southampton. Millington is the Southampton Slayer. The Saints Slayer. That's what this episode should be called, the Saints Slayer, and if it isn't, then I'm sorry, because I've obviously forgotten. Then, directly from that, literally straight from the kickoff again, Southampton with a rare attack, frankly, because they were really poor going forward. Just somebody closed them down, ball whipped across, and Abubakar's in there, and it's straight in the back of the net. I don't even know what happened. We were obviously just too busy celebrating Millington's hat-trick. Thankfully, 2 minutes after that, Millington decided that actually, because of all that furore he'd caused by scoring his hat-trick, he needed to respond. So Ivancic chips it through here, Millington takes it down, and bang! It's 4-1 to us, 4 goals for him, and that is his 35th goal in all competitions. So I'm thinking, perhaps, it is about time he became King Millington. It's got to happen, so I might well do it in this episode once we finish showing you the last game of the month, which, oh no, we've got 2 more. What are we talking about? Burnley away. I don't know. I didn't go with the 2-striker tactic for this one because it's away from home, and Burnley are struggling in this league, and I don't know how we've done this. We've just gone there and not done very well. First goal, of course, was a free kick, because that's how it is. They had some clear-cut chances, it has to be said, but I just feel like we should have done better in this game. We were probably the better side still on the night, but it just didn't happen for us. I just hate it. It just throws things into the... just throws all kinds of spanners, and then it's just like deflected goal there from, I think it's Abel Hernandez, actually. Yeah, it is. Making it 2-0 to them, and that was that, basically. There was nothing we could do after that. I tried all kinds of things, and we obviously dominated a lot of the latter part of the game, but just nothing happened. So that was disappointing. What was more disappointing, despite being good, was the result against Fulham in the FA Cup. We did win. I did play the two-striker tactic away from home, which is what was needed, but it was how close we came to not winning this game that really did irritate the shit out of me. The main reason is because my tactic is set up to do certain things, and the point is, the players that were in this tactic, all of a sudden, that it was the same team that was always playing, were not doing the things that the tactics dictate. So basically, when there's a loose ball, my defenders are set to go and close that ball down and scoop it up, basically. You see what I mean? I'll show you an example because of some of Fulham's goals in this game. But the point is, we are through to the FA Cup semi-final, and we've been drawn against Burnley, which is a little bit worrying, and it's Watford versus Leicester in the other semi-final. So there's a real chance for us to get to an FA Cup final, and then from there, a real chance for us to win it. Dumont's ball in here, nicks it back across, and it's an open goal, really, and that's fine. Like, that was just good play from Fulham, and Sean Parker puts it in the back of the net for him. There's nothing... Well, there's lots we could do about it, but my point is that I'm not saying that the tactic was the result of that goal. It was just good play from Fulham. What a strike that is from Borja Gomez, by the way, on 6 minutes to level things up. I thought it was all going to go wrong, but then Borja Gomez with his 4th of the season. What a hit. Then, seconds later, well, not seconds later, but within the first sort of 10-15 minutes of this game, there was just goals. And yeah, it's 1-1 at this point. Fulham are playing the ball around quite nicely. They're obviously going to have players over because we don't have fullbacks with this system, but it does allow people like Jed Wallace to get stuck in a bit more. Finds Ali Burrell, who's out wide this time, and watched this for a pass. Oh no, that's later in the game, I think. Burrell whips it in and cleared away well. And that was what annoyed me, right? He should have been closing that space down much quicker, and they have been in every other game so far this season. And that was the first indicator of what was going to go wrong in this game for me, is that they weren't doing it. Burrell with the big tackle here. Millington wins the ball. This time slides it gently into the channel. Jed Wallace back across the box, and it's Santos at the far post. Lovely work there, and great vision from Jed Wallace to pick out Santos to make it 2-1 to us on 12 minutes. So, back in front, back where we deserve to be, and within 15 minutes, the game was really looking very good for us, and Fulham were sort of starting to lag a little bit themselves. They're essentially like, watch this for a pass from Ali Burrell. Oh my life, that's what two strikers can do. And Millington actually finished the chance as well. That is his 36th goal of the season in all competitions. He's a king. He's just a king. I don't know how to tell you. He's a king, I tell you. Then 30 minutes. So we're 3-1 up at this point, cruising in this game. Fulham are going to win the ball basically, but there's going to be an annoying situation where we could win it. Right, watch this. Oh no, trust me, the goals that they score are irritating. I don't know whether we'll be able to see it from this sort of angle. Again, they should have been closing that down, for example. They kept backing off of Fulham players rather than closing the space down. Like, there, fair enough. Good ball in again, and this time it was Rothwell. I think it's Jordan Rothwell? No, Joe Rothwell, apologies. Oh, he's a Man United youngster. Made it 3-2, and, you know, shit like that happens. Then, unfortunately, just after half-time, they got another one, and this was the most irritating one of the lot, I think, for me. Long ball over the top from Futon. Right. They kept leaving it. He should be chasing that ball into that little gap there. And again, there. Right, excellent. They want it back, but where is it? Ah, here, like that. He starts backing away when Dumont comes across him. Instead of closing the ball down and putting a tackle in there, when he could have won it because he was closer, it looked much better on, much worse on 2D, I have to say. He allowed the goal to be scored, basically, because he allowed Dumont to play that ball into Parker instead of just cleaning him out. Thankfully, on 75 minutes, we actually did get ourselves back in front again in quite a humdinger of a game. This time, Jed Wallace, you know, that player that shouldn't be near the first team, scored again, this time making it 4-3. And I will replace Jed Wallace, obviously, but until such time as we've got someone that's good enough, I'm not going to do it because it's pointless. So there we go. We are through to the semi-finals. And that brings us to today against Bayer Leverkusen. So yeah, basically, the semi-final against Burnley is towards the end of the season, so that may or may not be in our sort of final 100th episode extravaganza. I'm still not entirely sure yet. So today is against Leverkusen. Let's take a little look at the squad. Now, top goal scorer for us, of course, is Norman Millington. 36 goals in 41 appearances. The fact is that he's played 41 games for us too, which is insanely incredible. Like, Santos has been good as well. He and Santos have been superb for that. Assists, Santos with 15. But Musonda has 13. And I have to say, Jed Wallace with 11 goals and 8 assists is still bloody great. Player of the match, Santos and Millington with 6 each. Yellow cards, Ivancic with 9. 2 red cards for Ivancic, a little bit disappointing there. Average rating is actually Kenneth McAvoy, but for me it's actually Santos. Interceptions, Robert Gray by a mile. Well, not by a mile, but still by a reasonable amount. Key passes, Santos is just flying away with that. He and Musonda have been so good at key passes. Games won ratio, Wardley's coming off the bench, but Robert Gray, really, 71% of the games he started is won. Key tackles, of course, is Pedro Miguel Lopez Souza. Key aerial challenges, again, is the same, and mistakes, Ivancic is up there. So there we go. Now let's get into the match preview. Now, they're playing with 2. They're playing with a 4-4-2 here. I'm kind of tempted, since we are the home team, to actually go with this system, because it worked well against Everton and Southampton, who both played 2 striker systems. And I think against Leverkusen at home, we have to push them again. And I think this system with a control tactic could actually work quite nicely. We'll just do a quick pick, and it will just move around a little bit. So Peralta and Gomez are in there. Wallace, Santos, Musonda, Francois, Lopez, Souza, and Gray, which means that I'm guessing Verstraeten isn't fully fit. That's a shame. I'd rather have you. Yeah, like that. Because this is the one that wins the big headers, this is the one that goes out and intercepts stuff, and this is the one that covering behind, and that's the way I'd rather have it. I always put Verstraeten here because he's so good at that. But for now, we're going to go with that kind of system, basically. Right, so, against Leverkusen, all we have to do is, if we don't lose, basically, we've won the away leg, we've done the hard bit, but they're obviously going to have to come at us a little bit, so I do feel that is going to be something we're going to have to watch out for. But even so, I think we should have enough to overcome them today. And I want to see how this tactic works in Europe. And it's good to give Ali Burrell a chance as well. He's good in the games he's played. I mean, actually look at that. His contribution has been quite decent, you know. Only 7 starts, but he's got 4 goals and 7 assists as well, which is great. Right, let's go for this. I'm a little bit... oh, bloody hell. I'm a little bit nervous because it is important that we do get through here. So I'm hoping that we can come up with something a little bit awesome. I think if we can get ourselves a goal, it would just settle the whole crowd down and everything would be good. But the thing is, it would only take 1 goal for them, and suddenly everything is thrown into complete madness. Wendell's ball back, and Musonda wins the big header, but we need to go and close them down again. Don't just sit there. Oh my life, how did he get through there? There's a man free in the middle. Oh, it's 1-0 to Leverkusen after 11 minutes here. Portsmouth 0, Bayer Leverkusen 1. We had to go with something a bit more attacking at home because we needed to try and put them under pressure, and they've started off really, really well here. That's not a good start for us. That is not a good start, because now it's all level again. They've got their away goal 10 minutes into the game. Are only dominating the game. That's not good. I'm wondering if this was the right tactics to play in this game now, actually. Oh dear. This is not looking good for us at the moment, guys. This tactic relies on us to have a little bit more control of the possession. It's just not happening for us so far. I might have to make a drastic change and switch tactics at half time here, because we're a goal down and this is at the moment heading to extra time, and we don't deserve that. Right, I'm thinking we may have to switch to this tactic now. How can I make this work? Gomez can play there, Gray and Lopez Souza, and I'll have to make 2 changes to bring them both in. Marcelo and Charlie Taylor will come on. My last change will probably be to bring on Tony Ivancic somewhere. I don't know why our morale's so low. We've been winning games. It's really strange. It might just be because of the actual game itself. So that, hopefully, should stand us in better stead in the second half. Hopefully. You know, we've got a slightly different formation now. It should have messed up whatever they were trying to do, because they'll have changed their tactics based on our first half formation, you'd have thought. So to see us suddenly switch and go with fullbacks again might mess them up a little bit. We just need a goal, really. 1 goal, that's all it takes for us now. But then it would, of course, be that they still need a goal. That doesn't change anything. Millington, oh, it's cleared. Son Heung-min here, don't let him get... That's it. Oh, why aren't you closing him down more than that? There we go, Lopez. What? He seemed to go in and tackle him, then run away from him. That was bizarre. Morata here for Bayer Leverkusen. There's plenty of players around him. Well done, guys. There we go. Good clearance. Musonda, well done. Play it into the channel. Millington's through here. Can he have a little run at this? He's going to shoot. He's going to shoot. And it's a good save by Timo Horn. But at least it's slightly better from us there. There's not been a single clear-cut opportunity in this game at all yet, which is a little bit strange. They look quite decent. Close him down then. the last change for me is to bring on Tony Ivancic. I'm going to do that around about 75 minutes because he is better there than Borja Gomez is. Oh, hello. If we can equalise here, that'd be glorious. Musonda, will he have a shot? No. Goes back for Jed Wallace. It's in the back of the net. It's 1-1 at Fratton Park, and that could be the goal that puts us into a Champions League quarter-final. And Jed Wallace, who's been absolutely wonderful in Europe for us this year, has got the goal. And I think I'm going to bring on Tony Ivancic now because he's a much better sort of anchor man. Great strike from Wallace. Oh, what a hit. But now, a single goal from them could cause all kinds of problems for us. So we're going to just make the substitution now. Ivancic is going to come in here for Borja Gomez. I am aware that we've got a lot of players that are looking a bit knackered and that my tactical choice at the start of this game was a poor one, but the point is we're back in this game now. But don't concede a goal, because if we concede now, there's all kinds of problems for us. Big header, Charlie Taylor as well there. Peralta, oh, what was that? Oh, well done. Millington's through here. He won't be able to shoot from there, though, and it's going to be cleared. But we do at least have fullbacks, so they can't just knock it into the channels now. Well, they can't just knock it into this area and expect us to lose the ball. Millington's through here. Norman Millington round the goalkeeper. Oh, my God. Just take it round the goalkeeper. That could have wrapped up the game. A goal there, and it's... Oh... A goal there and it's game over, basically. A goal now for them and we're done. We're done. Oh, thank God it's our corner. Santos to the edge of the area. And are we going to score another from a corner here? Musonda having a go here. Norman Millington. Oh, thank God for Marcelo. What are you doing? He had the ball and then he ran away from it. Son Heung-min is back to the back post. It's... Oh, Lucas Vega may have just saved our Champions League place there, because what the hell was Marcelo doing? He had the ball. He had the ball, and it was there, and then he started backing away from it. What was that about? I think Lucas Vega, not Lucas Vega, it is Lucas Vega, isn't it? Might have just put us through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League single-handedly there with that save, because they score that and we're done for. And I think we might be about to sneak through. It's a little bit scrappy. A 1-1 isn't the most ideal result, but it puts us through, and that's really all that matters from this point of view, for me anyway, is us getting through to the next round of the Champions League. Peralta on the edge of the area, have a shot, mate. Musonda, somebody have a shot. Santos, Millington, surely he's not going to get... Oh, and Musonda's wrapped it up in the 93rd minute here. It is Portsmouth 2, Bayer Leverkusen 1, and we are heading through to the quarterfinals. Charlie Musonda there. Norman Millington, very composed, not to take the shot on himself. I was hoping someone would eventually take it on. Comes to Santos here. Millington probably could have shot, but drops it short off of Musonda, who just curls one round the goalkeeper wonderfully there. And Pompey are into the Champions League quarter-final. That's how we do. Oh, lovely stuff. And that should do it for us. I don't know why the game's still going on. I guess you've got to add a little bit for the goal being scored, but my loveliness, that is... There we go. We are through. I guess we kind of all expected that, but Leverkusen gave us a good old test in that second leg, and we're going to need to be better than that against better sides. Oh. Sorry, my bad. Should have checked that again. Julian Brandt going off might well have helped us a little bit as well, but Jed Wallace, my hero. So, I'm just going to have a little look at the other games that were played in the Champions League, so we can take a look. So, Atletico Madrid are through, and Bayern Munich, Manchester City are through. It's a quarter-final though, so where are the others? Oh, they're on separate weeks, aren't they? Right, of course, yeah. So, Bayern Munich are through, Manchester City are through, and really, really comfortably as well, I point out. Atletico Madrid are through, and we are through. That's how we are so far. So, guys, in the next episode, where will we be? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come back in the next episode and do the Champions League, yeah, that game there, that Champions League game. So we've got 4 Premier League games, then we've got that Champions League, and that'll be the live comment the next episode. And then we'll see what's going to work out for our extravaganza episode, shall we? So, if you guys like what you're seeing, please drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys in the next episode for the game against Unknown. Ooh, spooky. Bye-bye.